नमस्कार, मैं हूँ राहुल धूत।
नमस्कार, मैं हूं आनंद करवा।
महेश इंडस्ट्रियल ग्रुप की ओर से हम आपको एक ऐसे शख्सियत को मिलवाएंगे जिन्होंने मार्केट में लॉन्च किया है काफ़ी इनोवेटिव प्रोडक्ट, और वो है श्री नीरज जी बियानी।
नीरज जी प्लीज।
नीरज जी प्लीज़।
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
नीरज जी, this is the product. This is creating ripples in the market. It's very innovative and highly appreciated. So just let us know, how did you get the concept for this product?
Well, we are very lucky. We did not get the concept by working on some models or creating some matrix and identifying an opportunity. Actually, this came out as a discussion which four of us had during our lunch break. And while on the table, we discussed and we thought that this is a great idea.
Fantastic. In the current context, I mean, this is very creative, obviously, in the way you have even designed and the way we have seen you have gone to market. What do you see as the role of creativity for any new business as it grows along?
Well, I think creativity, not only for new businesses, creativity is very important for all the businesses. If you actually look at the basic business principle, that remains the same for every business, whether it is industrial good, consumer good. There has to be a product or service. You sell it to the customer or consumer and they derive value out of it, right? Creativity is what creates differentiation. And that's very important, not only for a startup, but also for every business.
So very true, I agree.
Neeraj ji, so you mean to say that even discussing across the table and just throwing ideas is a good way of...
It's a very good way. In fact,
way of
we should
earning
find
money.
some time and have lunch together. I honestly believe that you actually do not promote creativity in a room by looking at models, etc. It is when you think aloud, and that normally doesn't happen in a closed setup.
Well, Neeraj ji, that's why we have called all Maheshwaris over here. We have BISCON over here to have these concepts flowing and share the ideas. One question for you, that specifically we see with your product, you have selected all Indian beverages.
Yep.
Not like orange or even very typical products. You are having Kokum, you are having Golgappe, you are having Jaljeera. So anything specific about this?
I think we have grown up with these beverages. You don't need to tell consumer about them. Kokum incidentally comes from Maharashtra, right? And we are
Absolutely.
in Pune. And so you don't need to tell a Pune wala what a Kokum means. So it makes our job much more easier to market it out.
So I think this helps.
While we are on this topic, and Rahul brought up in the concept of Maheshwaris and the ideas across the tables. What would you say, maybe as we close, your thoughts about a business conclave like we are doing today?
I think it's a great idea. This huge energy in this country today, and startup now has started to gain that kind of importance that it never had before. And these kind of enclaves, these kind of organizations like Mahesh Industrial Group really are promoting, and I'm very happy about it. So.
One last question.
Sure.
This is a very unique design and unique shape and a unique, packaging technique. So my question is that, according to you, what is the real selling point? Is the quality of the product or the packaging?
Look, I think quality of the product is, if your quality is not up to the mark, it won't sell. So that's a bare minimum one has to give. But I also believe that we are having this success because of this whole packaging and the design around the core product. So core product has to be great, otherwise there's no business.
Absolutely.
But you need to have a designed packaging, a nice packaging which differentiates yourself, and I think that's a bigger selling point for us today.
Wow,
all right.
that's a great message, that with quality product you should have a best presenting techniques in the market to sell your product. It's a real nice discussion with you, sir.
Thank you so much.
And
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for your
Pleasure
time.
to have you
Pleasure.
here.
Pleasure.
Thank you so
Pleasure is
much.
all mine. Thank you so much.
नमस्कार, मैं हूँ राहुल धूत और आज मेरे साथ में है श्री पंकज जी झवर। हम इनसे बात करेंगे वेंचर्स और मेंटर, जो एक MIG का प्रोग्राम है, इसके बारे में। वेलकम पंकज जी।
Thank you.
पंकज जी, हाउ इज़ योर एक्सपीरियंस विद वेंचर्स एंड मेंटर बाय MIG?
It is a great program, for the startups, because we have seen the way it is executed in terms of calling people to share their ideas, selecting the idea with a really good jury members, and the selected ideas, MIG has helped us to grow further by allowing mentors as well as the industry experts who can help you.
Pankaj ji, do you really feel such kind of initiatives are required in the society?
Yeah, definitely. For the community like Maheshwari, where people are always thinking of entrepreneurship, these programs helps a lot to grow the idea and basically for the young generations. So this program should be always conducted.
Okay. How do you see? Are you expecting some support from the financial institutes for such kind of ideas to make it a business and business activity?
Yeah, definitely. Because if you look at this program itself, biz means business. And people have been called here to business, not just to do business, enhance their business, but allow them to invest in others. So definitely people are going to invest into this. And once we get an investor, definitely getting the financial institute is not that difficult.
So you are very positive about this program.
Yes.
And you hope to see, we hope to see rather big businesses coming up from such kind of programs.
Yeah.
Thank you
definitely.
for being with us. All
Thanks
the
a
best.
lot.
Thanks a lot. Thank you. नमस्कार, मैं हूँ राहुल धूत और आज मेरे साथ में है महेश बैंक के अध्यक्ष श्री जुगल किशोर जी मालू। सर, स्वागत है आपका।
थैंक यू।
सर, महेश बैंक ने MIG के वेंचर्स और मेंटर प्रोग्राम के लिए स्पॉन्सरशिप दी है। महेश बैंक MIG की तरफ से हम आपको धन्यवाद करते हैं। थैंक यू सो मच फॉर योर सपोर्ट।
थैंक यू।
और सर, सवाल ये था कि इस तरह के जो प्रोग्राम्स है जिसमें हम लोग नई प्रतिभा है समाज की उनको सामने लाके एक कोशिश करते हैं कि इनको एक व्यावसायिक सपोर्ट मिले, तो आपको लगता है ऐसे प्रोग्राम की ज़रूरत है?
बहुत ज़रूरत है। इसका रीज़न ऐसा है, एक तो MIG को मैं बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ क्योंकि आजकल की जो शिक्षित पीढ़ी है, युवा पीढ़ी, वो हर आदमी ये चाहता है कि मैं इजीली सर्विस में चले जाऊं जहां मुझे बहुत पैसे मिलते हैं और बिजनेस में आना नहीं चाहते। और उसका मेन रीज़न यह है कि उन्होंने अपने फैमिली में, परिवार में व्यवसाय को देखा है और व्यवसाय में देखते टाइम उन्होंने अपने माँ बाप जो स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं, कभी फाइनेंशियल प्रॉब्लम होते हैं, कभी लेबर के साथ डील करने में प्रॉब्लम होते हैं, ये देख के युवा पीढ़ी बिजनेस से हट के सर्विस में ज़्यादा जाना चाहती है। और आपने जो प्रोग्राम लिया है उससे मैं समझता हूँ कम से कम 2%, 3%, 5% कुछ ना कुछ डाइवर्ट होएंगे और जो ये सोचेंगे कि मुझे कोई सर्विस देने से अच्छा है कि मैं 100 लोगों को मैं खुद एम्प्लॉयमेंट दूं। इस प्रकार का प्रोग्राम आप हर साल लीजिए और हम हर साल आपको सपोर्ट करेंगे।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। और एक सवाल ये था कि ऐसे कुछ प्रयोग अभी महेश्वरी समाज में हो रहा है कि एक व्यावसायिक तौर पे सभी को साथ में लेके आए और अपने व्यवसाय के बारे में शेयर करें, अपने आइडियाज़ शेयर करें और एक भावना प्रबल होती जा रही है कि सब साथ में मिलके आपस में कुछ बिजनेस करें। तो ये आपको लगता है ये ऐसा सक्सेसफुल होगा या इसकी ज़रूरत आज है?
डिपेंड्स ना, क्योंकि किस प्रकार के लोग एक साथ आते हैं और हर एक की मनोवृत्ति किस प्रकार से कोऑपरेट करेगी तो वो सक्सेसफुल हो सकता है। एक विचारों के लोग अगर एक साथ आते हैं तो निश्चित रूप से सक्सेस होगा। अदरवाइज जहाँ फाइनेंशियल इशू होते हैं वहाँ कई प्रॉब्लम खड़े हो जाते हैं।
सर, कुछ मैसेज देना चाहेंगे आप जो नए उद्योजक है कि जो कुछ काम करने के लिए आना चाहते हैं?
मैं तो उनको दिल से बधाई देता हूँ जो नए उद्योजक है, और उनको जो लगे वो सपोर्ट भी हम लोग कर सकते हैं महेश बैंक के प्लेटफॉर्म के ऊपर, और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लोग बिजनेस में आवे, यही मेरी इच्छा है।
महेश बैंक ने हमेशा महेश्वरी उद्योजकों के लिए और बाकी लोगों के लिए भी बहुत अच्छा सपोर्ट दिया है, अच्छा सहयोग दिया है। हम पुनः एक आभार व्यक्त करते हैं महेश बैंक का और जुगल किशोर जी मालू का, ये हमारे साथ आज उपस्थित है। धन्यवाद।
थैंक यू।
धन्यवाद। नमस्कार, मैं हूँ राहुल धूत और आज मेरे साथ में है राजस्थान की कैबिनेट मिनिस्टर सौ किरण जी माहेश्वरी। किरण जी, आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है MIG में।
थैंक यू।
किरण जी, MIG की तरफ से हम लोग कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि नए उद्योजक को हम लोग सामने लेके आए और जो एक समाज में उद्योजकता का विकास होना चाहिए उसके लिए कुछ कार्य करें। तो इसके बारे में आपके विचार जानना चाहेंगे।
ये बहुत ही अच्छा है राहुल जी कि हम लोगों ने यहाँ पर MIG जो ग्रुप का फॉर्मेशन किया है। माहेश्वरी जो हमारे हैं वो सभी तरफ हैं, बिज़नेस के अंदर ख़ास तौर से उनकी रुचि रहती है और जो हमारे आने वाली पीढ़ी है उनके लिए भी एक बहुत बड़ा, एक तरह से समाज की ओर से बहुत बड़ा संबल होगा जब हम लोग उन लोगों को प्रमोट करना, उन लोगों की आइडियाज़ को हम लोगों ने लेना और उन लोगों को डेवलप करने के बारे में जब अपना मार्गदर्शन उनको मिलता है, बड़ों का जो उनके अनुभव है, हमारे ही समाज के जो इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट जो बहुत ही ऊंचाइयों पर पहुंचे हैं, उनके अनुभव से उन लोगों को काफ़ी लाभ मिलेगा, जो हमारी युवा पीढ़ी है उनको। तो मैं समझती हूँ कि बिस्कॉन का जो 2015 जो यहाँ पर आज आयोजित हो रहा है पुणे में, ये अपने आप में बहुत ही सफलतम होगा और MIG का इस प्रयास के लिए मैं उन्हें बहुत बधाई देती हूँ।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करण जी। और एक सवाल, जनरली माहेश्वरी हम लोग जाने जाते हैं हमारे उद्यमशीलता के लिए, पर राजकीय प्रवास में माहेश्वरीज बहुत कम है और आप ऐसे एक आइकॉन हैं कि जिन्होंने कार्यकर्ता के जो अपना एक करियर चालू किया और आप इतनी बुलंदी पे पहुंचे हैं। तो राजकीय क्षेत्र में माहेश्वरी लोगों के लिए आप कैसा भविष्य देखती है?
अब थोड़ा इंटरेस्ट सभी का आने लग गया है, ऐसा नहीं है कि बिल्कुल भी नहीं है, अब बहुत कम है कंपेयर टू और दूसरे समाजों के देखते हैं तो हमारे समाज के लोग क्योंकि उनकी रुचि ज़्यादा करके बिज़नेस और इसी में होती है, लेकिन फिर भी अब मैं देखती हूँ कि हमारे यहाँ पर IAS, RS, IAS ये सभी के अंदर IFS इन सब में सर्विसेज के अंदर भी जाने लग गए हैं अपने समाज के लोग। और अपने लिए तो बड़ी गर्व की बात है कि डिप्टी गवर्नर ऑफ इंडिया भी हमारे माहेश्वरी हैं। तो ये इन जगहों के ऊपर अब जाने का जो क्रम शुरू हुआ है और आने वाली समय में आने वाले लोग जो हैं उन लोगों का इंटरेस्ट भी, चाहे वो राजनीतिक क्षेत्र में हो, चाहे वो सामाजिक क्षेत्र के माध्यम से हो, ये लोग आगे आ रहे हैं। और प्रशासनिक सेवाओं के अंदर भी अब तो समाज के लोग काफ़ी आगे, हमारे बच्चे कॉम्पिटिटिव एग्ज़ाम्स देकर भी आते हैं। तो अब इंटरेस्ट तो आ रहा है और इसके साथ में भी मैं फिर भी यही कहूँगी कि जिस भी फील्ड में हम लोग जा रहे हैं उस फील्ड के अंदर सफलता हम लोगों के कदम चूमती है, क्योंकि समाज के संस्कार हैं इस तरीके के, क्योंकि हम बहुत ईमानदारी से और निष्ठा से काम करते हैं, डेडिकेशन के साथ काम करते हैं। समाज के अंदर जो संस्कार मिलते हैं वो समाज के बच्चे को बचपन से ही मिलते हैं कि जिस भी काम में जो लगता है वो पूरे ऑनेस्टी के साथ और डेडिकेशन के साथ कोई भी काम किया जाए तो उसमें सफलता मिलती है।
बहुत बड़ी बात कही है आपने करण जी। तो आपका ये मानना है कि जो संस्कार एक माहेश्वरी समाज के बच्चों को मिलता है वो उनकी बड़ी ताकत है, चाहे वो राजकीय क्षेत्र में जाए, चाहे सामाजिक क्षेत्र में जाए या कोई उद्योग क्षेत्र में जाए। आपका करियर देख के हमें उम्मीद है, आशा है, विश्वास है कि आज आप राजस्थान के कैबिनेट मिनिस्टर हैं, केंद्रीय मंत्रिमंडल बहुत दूर नहीं है और वहाँ पर भी आप इतना ही अच्छा कार्य करेगी। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपके आशीर्वाद के लिए, सपोर्ट के लिए। थैंक यू सो मच।
थैंक यू।
Hello everybody, I have with me Rahulji Rathi and Anupji Taparia. They both have judged the competition for Ventures and Mentors organized by MIG. I think this is one of the first effort by MIG to tap the new talent in Maheshwari society, Maheshwari Samaj. My question to both the judges are, how far it was challenging to select a good idea in this competition?
Right. So, given that this was happening for the first time, we had to set up, all the rules and parameters to judge. So, the objectives for the competition, for the first competition, were two. The first one was that here are budding entrepreneurs from the community, which is a business community. Our community is a business community. We as judges had to ensure, if they took hours to prepare and come and present to us, in that interaction we had to ensure that we gave them something back. So the jury had to be at a caliber that could give something back to all the participants at a certain level. The second important thing was, in Pune, Savai Gandharva, you're seeing that people who go to Savai Gandharva, especially to listen, and if some artist makes a mistake, Pune public does not clap. Similarly, we are a business community. So if we choose a business plan and people realize it's not up to the standard, then people will realize that there's not enough objectivity. So to have tightly measured objectives were an important part of the whole process. Fortunately, we had jury of great intellect and experience who could do that. So to summarize, the objective was twofold. The first was to ensure that we gave back to the entrepreneurs who came, and the second objective was to ensure that objectivity of the whole process was maintained, and we did it through a very meticulous system. Anup?
Anup, specific question for you, because you are known for your innovations and the new ideas, and we look at you as a society icon who has changed the tides. So, judging the new ideas from your perspective, just let us know.
Yeah, so I have seen a lot of different business plan competitions. In fact, I used to work for a venture capital fund also, where I used to see a lot of ideas. The interesting difference, that I saw when so many like young people from our community were pitching in ideas, was that we think business ideas to make profit.
Right.
Okay, whereas a lot of the ideas that we saw had profitability in mind right from day one, and they weren't like some very like vague concepts or something like that. So I think that is something that was very interesting to see. Like, along with innovation, it is also the practicality of the ideas that made them really interesting. And obviously, like as Rahul also said, choosing these ideas was a very tough process, but like we had put forth a system which helped us surface out the good ideas, and we are looking forward to their final pitches today.
Oh, that's a great thing, because not only understanding the ideas in terms of innovation, its practicality and the profitability has to be judged. Otherwise, ideas can be many.
Correct.
But then those ideas which can come into reality and they can be converted into the real business. That was the real challenge I feel for the juries, and I'm sure you have done a great job, and results are going to be out over here. Thank you so much for your efforts and your work for MIG and for the society. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks,
It's an
Rahul.
exciting process. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Rahul.
Thank you. नमस्कार, मैं हूँ राहुल धूत, और आज मेरे साथ में है श्री राजकुमार जी धूत, वीडियोकॉन ग्रुप के संचालक एवं राज्यसभा के सांसद। बहुत बहुत स्वागत है सर आपका।
धन्यवाद।
MIG बिस्कॉन के अंदर। सर, वीडियोकॉन ग्रुप एक बहुत बड़ा ग्रुप है जिन्होंने बहुत छोटी चीज़ों से बहुत बड़ा एक ग्रुप लिया है, और आज का युवा माहेश्वरी जो है वो थोड़ा सा उद्योग जगत से दूर जा रहा है। तो आप क्या कहना चाहेंगे ऐसे माहेश्वरी को उद्योग में आने के लिए?
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद राहुल जी। आप जो कह रहे हैं कि युवा माहेश्वरी उद्योग के दूर जा रहे हैं, बट मैं तो देख रहा हूँ कि युवा माहेश्वरी आजकल ज़्यादा IT में जा रहे हैं, चार्टर अकाउंटेंट बन रहे हैं। आज देखिए दिल्ली में, मुंबई में जितने बड़े बड़े चार्टर अकाउंटेंट फर्म्स है वो युवा माहेश्वरी की है, और उन्होंने काफ़ी तरक्की की है। हाँ, पर मैं ये ज़रूर कहूँगा कि इंडस्ट्री की तरफ भी जाना चाहिए। माहेश्वरी मतलब हम लोग जो राजस्थान से आए हैं, सब पूरे वर्ल्ड में फैल गए आप, तो सारा अपना बिजनेस करने के लिए और इंडस्ट्रीज़ बनाने के लिए, और जो भी नई यूनिवर्सिटीज़ होती है, जो भी इंडस्ट्रीज़ होती है, ये माहेश्वरी लोग इसमें अग्रणी आज भी। मेरे राय से ऐसे सभी लोगों को एक विश्वास रखना चाहिए कि कड़ी मेहनत करने से और लगन से ही हम उस लेवल तक पहुंच सकते हैं जिस लेवल में हमको पहुंचना है। और इसलिए बच्चों को मैं खुद ही अपने तरफ से प्रोत्साहित करता हूँ, माहेश्वरी समाज के लोगों को, माहेश्वरी को, कि आप कभी भी हम लोगों के साथ आइए, हम लोगों के साथ जुड़िए, वीडियोकॉन इंडस्ट्रीज के साथ जुड़िए, क्या उसके सप्लायर बनाइए, उसके लिए कुछ काम करिए, IT का वेंचर बनाइए। और ऐसे सभी माहेश्वरी कंपनियों को मैं आदरपूर्वक निवेदन करता हूं कि उन लोगों ने भी माहेश्वरी बच्चों को अग्रणी समझ के, अपने बच्चे समझ के, उनको ज़्यादा प्रोत्साहित करके इस लगन में लगाना चाहिए कि वो ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा इंडस्ट्री में काम करें। और इंडस्ट्री में काम करने के बाद ही, इसके कारण ही देश की उन्नति हो सकती है। जो प्रधानमंत्री जी कहते हैं कि मेक इन इंडिया, जो पहले था कि सब हम इंपोर्ट करते थे, प्रधानमंत्री जी का कहना है कि मेक इन इंडिया, इंडिया में ही बनाओ। इसमें हम लोगों को बहुत ज़्यादा तरक्की कर सकते हैं। माहेश्वरी समाज के लोग ही काम कर सकते हैं। इनके खून में बना हुआ है कि हम लोगों को काम करना है, मेहनत करनी है, और नए नए इनोवेशन से इंडिया को बनाना है। रियली मेक इन इंडिया हम माहेश्वरी लोगों ने बनानी चाहिए।
सर, बहुत मौलिक विचार है आपके। और एक छोटी चीज़ सर, वीडियोकॉन ग्रुप की एक खासियत है जो हम सब जानते हैं कि इसको एक अध्यात्म का पाया है, एक स्पिरिचुअलिटी है कि जो आजकल बिजनेस में एक अलग रूप से देखी जाती है। तो मुझे ये पूछना था कि ये आध्यात्मिक विचार जो है इससे व्यावसायिक रूप से कैसी ताकत मिलती है?
देखो, आध्यात्मिक विचार मतलब क्या? रामायण बोलो, भगवत गीता बोलो, इसमें जो उदाहरण दिए हुए, उस समय से जो उदाहरण उन्होंने उस बिजनेस के हिसाब से, उस समय राजनीति से दिए हुए हैं, वही उदाहरण, वही उनका जो परिभाषा है, वो हम आज के जीवन में उतारे आज की तरह से। आज देखिए देश में, इंडस्ट्री में सब जगह बहुत स्ट्रेस हो चुका है। इस स्ट्रेस कम करने के लिए हम लोग को कहीं ना कहीं तो किसी न किसी प्रकार का एक विचार सामने चाहिए। अगर हम भगवत गीता में जाते हैं और उसको अध्ययन करते हैं, मनन करते हैं, तो हमें ऐसे कई विचार है जिसका जवाब अपने आप उधर से मिलता है, ज्ञानेश्वरी से मिलता है। तो इसके लिए स्पिरिचुअलिटी और इंडस्ट्री का साथ में मेल मिलान होने से आदमी को एक तो एक जगह मेहनत करनी है और एक जगह शांति के लिए अपने स्पिरिचुअलिटी की तरफ जाना है।
बहुत बड़ा विचार है ये, स्पिरिचुअलिटी विद द इंडस्ट्रियल ग्रोथ, ये आज का मंत्र है अपने आदरणीय राजकुमार जी दूत इनका। सर बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपके शुभेच्छाओं के लिए, आशीर्वाद के लिए। थैंक यू सो मच।
Hello, this is Anand Karwa on behalf of MIG, and I have with us our esteemed guest Sri Ramesh Chandak, and a corporate advisor with more than 40 years of experience, including experience as CEO and CFO for a good 40 long years. Sir, a quick question for you. What is your feeling about the whole conclave today? What would be your suggestions on taking it forward?
I think the one thing is that the vision of having this conclave itself is very great. This is the need of the hour for the community. I think lot many people are now going more in profession and job. And we have to encourage the people to come to entrepreneurship because these are the only people who can create wealth for the nation. Creating wealth for yourself and creating wealth for nation is different. And I think this whole initiative is very good. And not only that, the way it is conducted, the kind of speakers you are invited, the kind of audience you could really collect, I think it's very fantastic. I would say very, very good program.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir, given your experience related to the turnarounds, there was a question that was playing on my mind, that how do you identify early signs of deterioration of an enterprise so that you can fix them earlier, particularly with family-run businesses where it is not easy to get knowledge transferred. It remains in the mind. What would be your advice?
See, when the company is going to the trouble, the employees and the employer promoter knows. Only thing is that the habit of not really disclosing for different reasons, thinking that bank will reduce the rating, or suppose he has taken loan so that the value of the share will go down, or just the prestige in the town that people are really not disclosing. It never happens all of a sudden. It always happens gradually, and people who are closely connected with the company, they always know. They may say that all of a sudden happened, unless it's actually the industry has changed. Like today, steel industry is totally changed. Oil industry has changed. There, of course, it is a different case. But otherwise, in a normal company, the promoter will always know that the position is deteriorating.
So for our Maheshwari entrepreneurs, what would be your advice in what they should watch out for so that they don't land into that situation?
Listen to yourself. I think the moment you think that industry is not doing well, the best is to share it with the lenders, share it with the people, so that you will get suggestions to improve it. I think that's the most important probably. Once you can share with somebody, then the solutions will come. And you must be open to the suggestion. Many times what happens that because of our past success, we think that things will get automatically corrected. It is a cycle and the cycle will improve and things will change. And you try to really delay the process. And sometimes the cycle gets delayed, then the problem starts.
Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate your thoughts again. Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us.
Thank you very much. Thanks.
This is Anand Karwa on behalf of MIG BizCon. I have with us our esteemed speaker today, Akash Mundra. We'll get some thoughts from him regarding our sessions today. Akashji, could you please share with us what your opinion about the BizCon is?
So I think it's a phenomenal platform that has been built, great effort by the whole group, and I think I wish this platform even more success. I also want to say that while somebody mentioned today that Mahesh Industrial Group, Mahesh Political Group, IAS, IPS, so it's great to see the community evolving. But at the same time, I'm having traveled across the world. I'm a firm proponent of not just supporting one community. So I would actually augment it, and maybe there is a view that Jains do only for Jains and Oswals do only for Oswals, but Maheshwaris are broad-hearted. We should start doing it for everybody to say, hey, we want to lead by example. There is no differentiation. We are all equals.
Thank you. I think that's a very noble thought. I have one more question. You have been in the field of technology for a long, long time, and of course in the field of funding. How do you see the whole technology landscape on the payment side evolve, where small businesses will get affected differently?
So I think every evolution leads to different businesses, right? So for example, when Google came in, Yellow Pages business died, right? But people who adapted to the Yellow Pages business actually got a platform to advertise. So people who learned the search engine marketing, search engine optimization, their businesses got more traction. So similarly, I think payments and fintech space is going to be very big. Whether it is blockchains or bitcoins or remittances or merchant credit or consumer credit, we will see a lot of models emerging. Already they are emerging. Lending Club, for example, is one great model to look at. In India, people are toying with crowdfunding, P2P, merchant credit. That being said, this whole space will again open up opportunities for a lot of people, as long as it is answering a real consumer need. I think that's the most important aspect. The business has to answer a real consumer need. Sometimes consumer doesn't know the need. Before Google came in, nobody could ever think that internet search engine can actually change the lives of people. And if you did a survey or a customer survey, you would never figure out that something like this people will say, right? But there is a conviction behind it to say that whatever we are building will either increase efficiency or make things simpler for people or answer to a consumer need. If that's the case, I think there is nothing to worry. I think fintech and payments is also a very big space, evolving space.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think what you don't know, you don't know.
Correct.
That's what it is. One last question before we let you go, and I know you're yearning to get back into the session. So having said what you've said for small businesses, I think you talked about the adaptation, but technology and old business and traditions, how does all this mesh together to your mind?
So I think it's a misnomer to say that one business is going to kill the other business. I think adapting the business to the changing environment is what we need to do. Right, so let's start from, let's say, a steel business, right? When there were rails, you wanted to invest in the rails and you wanted to build steel through rails. But now there is automated equipment that is being made across the world where you use steel. So uses change, but industries don't. And industries have to evolve, right? Similarly, e-commerce has come in. E-commerce today is 4 years ago, nobody knew e-commerce.
Right.
First 2 years, everybody was behaving like an ostrich, right? All the retailers would say, oh, nothing will happen to e-commerce. Nothing will happen to organized retail. We will continue to do what we are doing. And now reality is different, right? People are getting affected. But that doesn't mean retail is going to be wiped out. US, 85% of the total market is organized retail. China is still at 87% of the market organized retail, right? So it's never going to be 100%. That being said, omni-channel retailing is the adapting of retailers' business model, which is Macy's.
Right.
Macy's has huge physical infrastructure. Amazon came in, Amazon bombarded. Macy's created their own e-commerce platform. And now Macy's.com is a bigger success than Macy's physical infrastructure. And they have done it beautifully from an omni-channel standpoint. So that is adapting.
Thank you so much for your thoughts today. We are grateful to have you here today.
Thank you.
so
It's
much.
my pleasure. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Bye-bye. This is Anand Karwa on behalf of MIG BISCON. I have with me an esteemed industrialist and professional, Sri Rajesh Jiswamani. Sir, could I request you to share your thoughts related to the MIG BISCON with us?
First of all, I should congratulate you, Karwaji, and your team, MIG team, because you have provided a very relevant platform to our young generation and a common platform where the young people can look for the help or assistance to become the entrepreneur. It's a really laudable and appreciable cause you have taken. So, heartiest congratulations from my side.
Thank you, sir. What would you suggest as the next steps for this platform?
So as I could able to understand, although I have not interacted too much with your team and other people, but what I could able to gather from the 2-day sessions and even some printed materials, your organization today is Pune centric.
Yes.
Which is providing limited resources at your disposal. Today, if I have seen that 5-6 new entrepreneur proposals, and there was a continuous or repeated request or announcement also that these ideas are open for investment also. But there was hardly any encouragement from the crowd or the members. Someone can come back and say, okay, I'm going to invest this 25 lakh or 50 lakh rupees in this. Maybe it is taking time or they may have, but once you have a scale, or you can scale up your organization beyond Pune, I think even 1 or 2% stand-upper can give this type of support. It will ignite the full crowd. So, idea is that based on the Pune, you can just certainly look into the few proposals, few candidates. But really you want to make it, and our society is not so big. As Mundraji told that we are total 14 lakh people. I think as a MIG, you should take this lead. Connecting 14 lakh people at one platform is not impossible. It's difficult, but not impossible. So I think you should take this project to 14 lakh people. We will provide one platform. And I give you a simple example. I have come from the Pali, Rajasthan. There is a surrounding village. There are number of Sirvi Chaudharis. They have a number of medical shops in Bangalore. If any son of Chaudhary goes to Bangalore, they will give him job at their shop, at medical shop, any shop. But they will not allow him to do the job after 1 or 2 years. Everyone will contribute as per his capability. 1 lakh to 5 lakh rupees will give him, and he should open the new medical shop in new area. So this type of things we can implement in our society also.
Sure, I think
and
that's
in our blood we have a entrepreneurship.
right.
We are from the business community, and with so much traveling outside the world, I can share with you, as far as commercial knowledge is concerned, P&L management is concerned, number is concerned, it is in our blood. And we should leverage this strength to develop the world-class organization.
I so much agree with you, sir. So since you've just touched upon your global experience, we'd like you to share with us how you see the current economic scenario and its impact onto India, and how the equations, changing political or macroeconomic equations of the globe mean, what they mean to us in India and for us as entrepreneurs.
Say throughout world, as I mentioned in my speech also, that world is passing through the oversupply zone. Almost all commodities are oversupplied, whether it is a copper, iron ore, steel, oil, name it, textile, all are oversupplied. So, but India is insulated because of the big domestic market. Indian economy was never dependent on export. The export is hardly 20% of the total production. Whereas China was depending upon the total export. It's a more than 50% or around 50% product was going for the export. Once the export demand is low or is not there, you have to take hit. Another opportunity for India is, since they are insulated, the chances of lower growth in India is less. And top of that, low oil prices have supported Indian fund flow.
Right.
Because of that, the outgo of the foreign exchange is reduced to 50%. Indian oil import is more than 50% import bill consist. Second highest product, highest import bill is the electronics.
Right.
Third highest is the gold. These are the three commodity which commands the more than 70-80% of the import of the India. So if you can convert this opportunity like the electronic hub, why you cannot become? You have such a highly qualified engineers or educational team which is producing every year. And throughout the world, Indian talent has proved that. If you see the doctor in USA, more than 30% doctor Indians. In NASA, more than 30% engineers are India. In software industry or in the USA, you will find engineers, all Indians are there. But if you ask me, the highest beneficiary or the maximum beneficiary of the software industry is not India. It is USA.
Absolutely.
Today, none of your computer can be run without a Microsoft software. None of the computer throughout the world, even if the remote willows, Microsoft software is being sold, whether it is sold at 5,000 rupees or 4,000. Similarly, none of your computer or even processor can, in a IT processor can run without Intel chip. Now again, in smartphone, where you could have taken the space so fast, but now you are following the China where the copycat.
Right.
Samsung, iPhone, they are the Sony, they are the leader, but you have copied fast. But this space was available to you. But we could not able to use because even in the software industry, we could able to do in the backup office service industry. And there also we could able to do because there was hardly any government intervention. But with the new government, one thing has been made very clear that wherever the Indian Prime Minister is going, he is getting highest respect in the international platform. That itself reflects that India is now having the new position in the world. Whether it is the USA, at least in my career, from the schooling to the now, I have never seen that any Indian Prime Minister or President has been given such a high respect or rousy welcome and it is not in the small country, whether he has went to the USA,
That's right.
Japan, China,
UK.
USA, Australia, wherever you name it, he has gone and he has commanded even in single stroke. I have seen in the UNO when he addressed, 179 countries endorsed the Yoga Day, World Yoga Day in one speech.
Right.
So that's the power India now commands. So you have to convert into the new business and the deliverables. So if you can do that, the opportunity is there. And fortunately, India is not compared with China as far quality is concerned. India commands little better space than China, definitely.
Yeah.
May not be German or Japan, but better. Now you can build up with that. So in manufacturing, there's a big scope for the like electronics or even the garment, etc. If the high quality garments you require, it is India. If you require the cheap quality garment, it's Bangladesh or even the China.
Right.
So this space is available to you. So India has a talent. India's next generation is also young. So the manpower wise, India is placed much ahead of the other countries, Europe and USA.
I think very valid thoughts, sir.
Thank you.
Before we close, one sentence of advice for some of the budding entrepreneurs who might be sitting there.
Say, according to me, we are number of times, or our lower success is because of our mental block. We never think big. Whereas the growth and the prosperity or even you can say that your progress depends or starts from your mind. If your dream is big, your vision is big, and your commitment to vision is high, nothing can stop you. I give you two examples. So there's Singapore. When they separated from Malaysia, it was a malaria-prone island. 1/3 of the Singapore's today land is reclaimed land of the sea. Even they were not having the land. They don't have a drinking water till today. They are having the pipeline importing from the Malaysia. They don't have the oil. They don't have the population. They were not having the market. But they were having the leader like Lee. They were having a zeal to become the world contributor. And they used their location only for the benefit. Started making first refinery hub, shipping hub, and then the intellectual hub for the international business. So that's how Singapore converted into the world. Today they are among 3rd or 4th highest foreign reserves.
Absolutely.
And the best of the country where the rules of the law without any unfairness to the expatriate or the importer, this country is being run in very professional manner like as a CEO.
Right.
Similarly, if you see the Dubai, they don't have oil, which is the myth in the mind of so many people that Dubai runs on the oil business. They don't have. Oil, 94% oil assets belongs to Abu Dhabi. And the kind of money they have, which is not someone can take. 3 million barrels per day they are selling, and their cost of production is less than $10. And you can imagine when the $100 or $150 per day per barrel price, how much. But Dubai was not having that. Dubai is a 10 to 20,000 barrels per day. But Dubai has a Sheikh Mohammed as a leader. So he was a visionary, and his vision was very simple. Okay, whatever I do, it should be best in the world.
Correct.
Whether I am building the tallest building, it should be tallest in the world. Whether I am building metro, it should be best in the world. Whether I have airlines, it should be best of the world. And today, Emirates become the connecting point to the world.
True.
They are flying directly to the world, 150 cities. The credit goes to His Highness Sheikh Mohammed. His vision, and equally passionate to implement it. Is a very, Singapore and Dubai case is very, very solid case for vision and execution without resources. So, according to me, even any Maheshwari think with the right vision, with the right commitment, sky is the limit.
So that's the message for us, friends. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
This is Anand Karwa from MIG BizCon. I have with me a very esteemed guest, the Deputy Governor of RBI, Sri S.S. Mundraji. Welcome to MIG BizCon, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, what would be your takeaway or your feelings of the MIG BizCon?
Well, the one thing which very stands out, apart from, of course, there were a whole host of things, the various speakers, the messages which are given, but one thing which stands out, and I must say, which is the basic ingredient of success of any such event, the passion and commitment with which the organizers have done it. Because you do something as a job, because it is required to be done, it is done. But the something which you do with a lot of commitment, passion. So I can see really how much of hard work and commitment the members must have put into it.
Right.
So my compliments, everything, I mean to say, from logistic, from taking care of the people, from the arrangement which are done, and the speakers. Very good. My all appreciation for it.
Thank you very much, sir. So what would be your advice in terms of, like we spoke, that this is a program that we're looking at making at multi-city or maybe take it to a national level? How would you advise it needs to grow?
I think there's a very prudent measure, because it brings a kind of a fresh breath into the everything. Of course, I gave a lot of messages and a lot of council kind of thing in morning, my address also. But yes, I would say it's a good idea. When you go to different places, then it could be something like this, that maybe a session or so could be specific to that area, or the need of that area, or every area has some specialization, some kind of industry or some kind of potential. So then, apart from otherwise, all the events would look similar, except that the hall would be different and the weather would be different. So I would say go to different places, but bring some focus on that particular area so that it delivers some more value to the people who are participating from there.
Definitely, we'll take your advice, sir. Sir, a question I had. We heard a lot of the speakers talk about the changing economic scenarios, the changing business time frames because of technology, and the whole concept of how the economy is changing. One question that comes to my mind is, therefore, the regulator as a body is now going to be looked at differently. You being a part of of the key regulatory body of India, how do you see all of these changes, and what would be your advice for budding entrepreneurs as they should think about, maybe about banks and then about the regulatory bodies?
See, let's understand one thing. Regulators as a breed are conservative. Moreover, regulator is a community or a commodity which cannot get easily excited. And I think there is a merit into it, because if everyone is too much excited in the arena, then there is a lot of dance, but then there are its own issues. My sense is whatever is happening in the globe and the environment which we are living into, like you talked about the technology, new products coming, new channels are coming, is all very fine, quite exciting from the viewpoint of business. But within this, there are many unknown. And so my sense is, to begin with, probably regulation would be more intrusive. Regulation would be little suspicious, and I am very frankly speaking, because if a invention like Bitcoin comes,
yes, sir.
Okay, so I would say even today all the regulators would be perplexed that how to regulate this kind of innovation. Or if P2P funding is coming, crowdfunding is coming, it's very fine. I mean, it's a great platform, but in a sense, it is a financial intermediation activity.
Right.
Now, whether it should be left regulated, unregulated, or it should be regulated. If it is to be regulated, how you do regulate the behavior of millions of people? Right. So you have to find a way. So what I want to say, excitement is good. Investment manager, funds manager, entrepreneurs, they are all entitled to be excited about it, and they should dance about it. But regulators to begin with would be suspicious, intrusive, till a conviction comes there, yes, everything is now within control. That's it.
Thank you so much, sir. So one question. The whole day we heard a lot of it about investments, enterprise, business. But there is the other side of careers other than enterprise and business. Not necessarily everybody needs to do business.
Right.
What would be your advice, particularly being on the public sector career side? What do you see as opportunities or potential for let's say Maheshwaris to get in that arena, do something in that area?
No, you are very right. I am going to say it is something like this. See, any company, any state or any country leads everything. Leaders are needed, food soldiers are needed, mechanics are needed,
True.
Sweepers are also needed. You think about a state or a country when everyone is a leader. I think there will be a chaos.
Absolutely.
So while it's good, see, one thing about the enterprise and the business, typically what happens, whenever there is such gatherings are there, we all hear about the success stories.
Right.
You never hear about the
Failures.
failures. And by a large normal distribution, failure stories are much larger than the success stories. So anyway, that is one part of it. So point is, it should be in various areas. It may not suit everyone's temperament, the family background or the social situation. Whatever you do, the essential point is, whatever you do with commitment, do with full passion, have some patience. This getting success overnight it happens with few people, and again it becomes known.
Correct.
But for most of the people, it is a long road to success. So I think it comes back to the same thing: hard work, commitment, passion, focus. And there somewhere I am slightly differ from the the philosophy of present generation I mentioned in the morning also. I don't say that, okay, like past days, you spend your lifetime with a company. That is one extreme. But to get bored in 1 year or 2 years is again not a right philosophy. And whenever you are working, you should be able to at least imbibe some basic facts, create some strength. So I say, while okay, net surfing is okay on internet, but you keep on surfing in and keep on changing the channel in real life would not be. So my advice to the young generation would also be, give some time, learn something. Just don't try to move away because you have a peer pressure. You are enjoying the job, but because your friend is telling what is wrong with you, that you are sticking with the job for many years and you leave the job, is not a right philosophy.
So very true, sir. Thank you so much for your time today. Thank you for gracing the occasion. We are so pleased to
My
have you
pleasure.
here.
I really enjoyed it.
I am Anand Karwa on behalf of MIG BISCON. We have with us Shri Madhuji Kela, the Chief Investment Advisor of Reliance Dhirubhai Ambani Group.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to BISCON.
Thank you.
Sir, we went through an event today with a lot of speakers and you had a lot of your thoughts put across. How do you rate this event? What would be your feedback to us on the event? What is your takeaway of the event?
दिल से बोलता हूँ, बड़ा मज़ा आया. बेसिकली
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया
आई
सर.
थिंक मेरी एक्सपेक्टेशन नहीं थी कि एक सामाजिक इवेंट इतना वेल ऑर्गेनाइज्ड होगा और इतने अच्छे लोग बहुत पार्टिसिपेंट की तरीके से भी और स्पीकर और गेस्ट के तरीके से भी इतने अच्छे लोग इस इवेंट से जुड़ेंगे. So अगर नेक्स्ट टाइम आप मेरे को बुलाओगे तो आई विल बी इवन मोर बेटर प्रिपेयर्ड बिकॉज द बार इज बीइंग अरेस्ड टुडे. आई थिंक इवेंट ने काफ़ी कुछ कवर किया एंड द ब्यूटी वाज वैरायटी ऑफ स्पीकर्स एंड वैरायटी ऑफ बर्निंग टॉपिक्स जिसमें लोगों को एडवाइस चाहिए, सलाह चाहिए. तो एक लोगों को मुझे लगता है जो पार्टिसिपेट करने आए, द फैक्ट कि आखिरी तक भी पूरे लोग सीट से चिपक के बैठे थे, इट प्रूव्स दैट लोगों को पूरा एंड तक के इंटरेस्ट था. तो ऑल इन ऑल 11 out of 10.
थैंक यू सो मच सर. एक और इससे अभी जो मिलता जुड़ के जो सवाल मेरे मन में आ रहा है कि अभी जैसे हमने बात की कि अब अगला कॉन्क्लेव हम करना चाह रहे हैं जो MIG सूरत करेगा, उनके लिए आपकी तरफ से क्या सजेशन रहेंगे? व्हाट शुड दे इम्प्रूव ऑन? क्या कर सकते हैं बेहतर?
नहीं करने को तो देखिए बहुत कुछ है. वैसे इसमें सबसे बड़ा चैलेंज क्या है ना, आप किसी को बुलाओ और सिर्फ उसके पास अगर आधी घंटा टाइम है ना, तो वो हो सकता है अपनी मन की बात वो आधे घंटे में रख ना पाए. तो हो सकता है ये अगर एक दिन की जगह अगर 2 दिन का हो सके, सो दैट इनफ टाइम है. दूसरा मुझे लगता है ना, इस टाइप की गैदरिंग में ये जो फॉर्मेट है, रादर देन ओनली हैविंग स्पीकर्स, अगर आप पैनल डिस्कशन करो ना, जिसमें कोई आदमी जो 4 आदमियों से कुछ एक्चुअल निकाल सके ऑडियंस के लिए,
सही बात है.
तो वो एक पैनल डिस्कशन का सब्जेक्ट होना चाहिए. तीसरा मुझे लगता है ये जो आपके जो पार्टिसिपेंट्स थे ना, उनको इंसेंटिवाइज करने के लिए एक जो भी लोग यहाँ आ रहे हैं, जैसे आज मैं यहाँ पे आया, मेरा तो अभी पूरा दिन मैं यहीं के लिए डेडिकेटेड था. तो आप ये बोल सकते हो भैया बाजू में एक कमरा है जहाँ हम 5 लोगों को 1-on-1 मुंद्रा जी से मिलवाएंगे. और उनको 5-5, 10-10 मिनट मुंद्रा जी के साथ मिलेगा. तो वो अपना क्वेश्चन प्रिपेयर करके आए, तो बड़ा उनको भी इंसेंटिव होगा कि लोग जिनको एक्सपीरियंस है उनके साथ हमको जुड़ने का मौका मिल रहा है. और चौथा मुझे लगता है कि आप ना जो भी कुछ मटेरियल है, व्हाट कैन बी गिवन टू देम, एक तो जो स्पीकर आए वो है, दूसरा जो भी कुछ मटेरियल हो सकता है, जैसे आज डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म के ऊपर अगर आपने आकाश मुंद्रा जी को बोला होता कि यार आप कुछ 100-200 पेज का प्रेजेंटेशन लेके आ जाओ, या कोई रीडिंग मटेरियल लेके आ जाओ, या कोई अच्छी कोई बुक हमको बता दो कि कैसे हाउ टू बी सक्सेसफुल इन ई-कॉमर्स एरिया, those can be benefit to the people who are participating.
Certainly. I think we'll take this feedback and see what we can do about it next. Sir, we'll move a little bit into your area of interest. आजकल हम देखते हैं कि बाज़ार में उतार चढ़ाव बहुत होते हैं, जैसे आपने भी बात की कि मार्केट उठ गया, मार्केट गिर गया, और टेंडेंसी लोगों की होती है कि वो उस बहाव में चले जाते हैं। तो ऐसे लोगों के लिए आपकी क्या एडवाइस रहेगी इन्वेस्टमेंट के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से? कैसे उन्होंने उसमें से गुजरना चाहिए?
तेरी मेरी बड़ी एक मेरी खुद की बनाई हुई सेइंग है कि देयर इज अ वर्ल्ड ऑफ डिफरेंस बिटवीन नोइंग व्हाट टू डू एंड एक्चुअली डूइंग इट। आई रिपीट इट, देयर इज अ वर्ल्ड ऑफ डिफरेंस बिटवीन नोइंग व्हाट टू डू एंड डूइंग
इट। यस,
सबको पता है कि वजन घटाने के लिए पैदल चलना पड़ेगा, घूमने जाना पड़ेगा, फ्राइड कम खाना पड़ेगा, रात को कार्ब्स नहीं खाना पड़ेगा, और यू नो छोटे छोटे पोर्शंस खाने पड़ेंगे, और सबको पता है कि अगर ये हम करेंगे तो हेल्दी हो जाएंगे। बट वो करते कौन है? 90% लोगों को पता है क्या करना चाहिए बट कर नहीं पाते।
राइट।
इन्वेस्टमेंट का बिजनेस ऐसा ही है, सबको पता है कि लो खरीदना है और हाई बेचना है, बट लोग कर नहीं पाते बिकॉज सी इसमें आपको क्लैरिटी होना ज़रूरी है कि अगर आप इक्विटी में आ रहे हो और आपका होराइजन 6 महीना है या आपका होराइजन 3 महीना है और आपको लगता है कि कोई सट्टा बाजार है जिसमें आपको कोई फ़ोन करके टिप दे दे और पैसा बन जाएगा, तो रियल लाइफ में ऐसा होता नहीं है। जैसे मुंद्रा जी ने मॉर्निंग में बोला, अगर आपकी खुद की कैपिटल है ना तो आप लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट कर सकते हो।
सही।
और अगर आप लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टर हो तो मैं बोलता हूँ अगर आपको ब्रेड खरीदना है और आटे का भाव घट रहा है तो आप खुश होगे कि दुखी होगे?
सही बात है,
खुश होगे।
एकदम
तो
सही
अगर
बात
मैं बोल रहा हूँ मुझे लॉन्ग टर्म के लिए इन्वेस्टिंग करना है और बाजार अगर घट रहे तो मैं खुश होऊंगा ना।
सही बात
कि
है।
चलो जो चीज़ मुझे मिल रही थी 10 रुपये में मिल रही थी वो 9 में मिल रही है।
एकदम।
तो 3 चीज़ें, एक अपना टाइम होराइजन आप बराबर रखो, अपना खुद का कैपिटल रखो और अच्छी जगह पे आप जाके एलोकेट करो। अगर आप प्रोफेशनल नहीं हो, कोई ज़रूरी नहीं आपको इंडिविजुअल कंपनी खरीदना, इतने सारे एसेट मैनेजर 1% एडवाइस में मिलते हैं, आप जाके उनको दे दो पैसा, वो अपना काम करेगा।
सही।
आपको सिर्फ ये करना है कि भाई ये एलोकेशन जो है, एसेट एलोकेशन वो मैं करूँगा मेरी नीड के हिसाब से। 50-60% मैंने अगर इक्विटी में डाल दिया, 20-25% फिक्स इनकम में डाल दिया, 10-15%, 20% प्रॉपर्टी में डाल दिया, 5% गोल्ड में डाल दिया। ये एसेट एलोकेशन मैं करूँगा और हर एक साल में उसको विजिट करूँगा। तो होएगा क्या, अगर आपने 60% इक्विटी में डाला और इंडेक्स यहाँ से 50% बढ़ गया तो आपका इक्विटी का एलोकेशन 60 वाला हो सकता है 80 हो जाए, तो आप उस समय दूसरे एसेट क्लास ये इक्विटी से निकालोगे और दूसरे एसेट क्लास में एलोकेट कर दोगे। अगर बाजार घट गया 1 साल के बाद तो दूसरे एसेट क्लास से निकालोगे और इक्विटी में एलोकेट
करेंगे।
तो इन्वर्सली जब आपका पैसा जाना चाहिए जो एसेट क्लास में तभी जाएगा,
बराबर जाएगा। बराबर जाएगा। सही बात है सर, बहुत सही बात है सर। एक और चीज़ जो आजकल सामने आती है कि जैसे 10 साल पहले तक की सिचुएशन ऐसी हुआ करती थी कि मार्केट, कैपिटल मार्केट बोले तो या 2 ही चीज़ें हुआ करती थी, या तो एक लोन वाला मार्केट जिसमें बैंक फंडिंग और प्राइवेट फंडिंग 2 तरीके चलते थे, और दूसरा मार्केट था स्टॉक मार्केट। एक नई चीज़ जो आजकल उभर रही है पिछले 5 साल में समझिए, और भारत में पिछले 2-3 साल में, वो हो गई प्राइवेट इन्वेस्टर्स की इन द फॉर्म ऑफ एंजल फंडिंग, सीरीज ए, सीरीज बी, और पता नहीं आजकल कितनी, मेरे ख्याल से कुछ ही दिनों में हम सीरीज जेड तक सुन ही लेंगे, सी तक तो पहुंच ही गए हैं। तो इसके बारे में आपकी क्या राय है? लोग ऐसा सोचते हैं आजकल कि बस इमीडिएटली बस मैं आज कुछ चालू करूं और मेरा वैल्यूएशन हो जाएगा, मैं फ्लिपकार्ट बन जाऊंगा।
सी इसमें क्या है ना, मैंने बहुत खो के ये पाया है, आपके पास बहुत पैसा है ना तो ये ज़रूरी नहीं है कि आपकी बहुत इज्जत हो जाएगी, पर आपके पास बहुत इज्जत है ना तो सिर्फ मैटर ऑफ टाइम है कि आपके पास बहुत पैसा हो जाएगा।
ज़रूर याद रखूंगा सर ये बात।
अब आपको ये सोचना है कि भाई आपको पैसे से अपनी इज्जत को एक्सचेंज करना है क्या। अगर आप फंडामेंटल ये क्वेश्चन का आंसर दे दोगे तो गलती नहीं होगी।
बराबर।
तो फिर लगेगा कि भाई अगर कोई मुझे देने को तैयार भी है, सपोज मैं आज ये बोलता हूँ कि मधु केला को कोई 100 करोड़ रुपए साल की सैलरी में रखने को तैयार है, और वो बोलता है कि मैं 100 करोड़ रुपए आपको देने को साल का तैयार हूँ, पर मैं जाने को ही तैयार नहीं हूँ क्योंकि मुझे पता है मैं वो वैल्यू उसको डिलीवर ही नहीं कर पाऊंगा। एंड इट इज ओनली अ मैटर ऑफ टाइम दैट ही विल बी अनहैप्पी,
करेक्ट,
एंड आई विल आल्सो बी अनहैप्पी। तो जब भी आप जा रहे हो ना, आप सोचो कि भाई हाँ ये वैल्यू हमको मिलनी चाहिए। अगर मैं वो इन्वेस्टर की जगह पे होता तो ये वैल्यू पे मैं भी इन्वेस्ट कर सकता था।
बराबर।
आपको पता है इन्फोसिस का ADR हुआ $34 में प्राइसिंग हो गई सब इन्वेस्टमेंट बैंकर्स ने बोल दिया कि $34 का प्राइस होना चाहिए। नारायण मूर्ति जी बाहर आए और उन्होंने बोला मेरे को 34 नहीं चाहिए, मुझे 32 चाहिए। एंड ही लेफ्ट दोस $2 ऑन द टेबल। दैट्स हाउ ग्रेट कंपनीज आर बीइंग बिल्ट।
राइट।
सो आई थिंक ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। पैसा तो चाहिए अगर आपका बहुत आइडिया बहुत अच्छा है, आप एक रीजनेबल वैल्यूएशन लेके जाओ जिसमें इन्वेस्टर को पैसा मिलेगा। एक बार इन्वेस्टर पैसा बनाएगा और आपकी गुडविल बनेगी। दैट्स हाउ लार्ज कंपनी गेट्स क्रिएटेड ना। ये तो क्या है, सोने की मुर्गी है, एक बार ही काट डालो या रोज रोज अंडा देगी।
सही बात है सर, बहुत सही बात है सर। एक आखिरी सवाल, जैसे अब फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज सेक्टर के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट पॉसिबल करियर अपॉर्चुनिटीज और बिजनेस अपॉर्चुनिटीज अवेलेबल टू?
बहुत अपॉर्चुनिटी है बॉस। फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज से जो भी चीज़, इंडिया में 130 करोड़ आदमी है और फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज इन वन सेंस इज ऑल्सो वन कंजम्पशन।
राइट।
इन्वेस्टमेंट कर रहे हो, कंजम्पशन कर रहे हो, अपॉर्चुनिटीज और बहुत। अभी तो अर्ली ईयर्स है,
यस,
बिगनिंग है। म्यूचुअल फंड इंडस्ट्री का टोटल साइज 4 लाख करोड़ रुपया है।
हाँ।
अरे आप 25 लाख करोड़ साल का सेव करते हो और 70 साल में आपने पूरा धंधा मिला के बनाया है 4 लाख करोड़
हाँ।
इक्विटी का।
सही बात,
ना?
हाँ।
तो बहुत जबरदस्त अपॉर्चुनिटी है। अब आपको देखना है तो समुंदर है, आप लोटा लेके जाओगे तो लोटा भर पानी मिलेगा, टैंकर लेके जाओगे तो टैंकर भर पानी मिलेगा। तो आपको देखना है कि मुझे क्या चाहिए यहाँ से। तो आप इक्विटी एनालिस्ट का भी करियर बना सकते हो, फंड मैनेजर का भी करियर बना सकते हो, प्रोप्राइटरी इन्वेस्टर का करियर बना सकते हो, डेट में करियर बना सकते हो, डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर का करियर बना सकते हो, हाउसिंग फाइनेंस कंपनी में करियर बना। तो देयर आर प्लिथोरा ऑफ करियर पॉसिबिलिटीज विच आर देयर। पर मैं जो एडवाइस आपको देना चाहूँगा ना यंगस्टर को, दूसरे को देख के ना अपना डायरेक्शन मत डिसाइड करो।
राइट।
अपनी काबिलियत पहचानो। सिर्फ लाइफ में जो शादी भी होती है ना, आई ऑलवेज से दैट आपको मोस्ट सुटेबल मैच चाहिए, आपको बेस्ट मैच नहीं चाहिए।
राइट, वेरी करेक्ट।
बराबर ना, बेस्ट मिल जाएगा तो लफड़ा हो जाएगा।
लफड़ा हो जाएगा।
तो वैसे ही ज़िंदगी का और करियर का है कि आपको मोस्ट सुटेबल, जो आपकी पर्सनालिटी को, आपके एस्पिरेशन को, आपकी इंटेलिजेंस को सूट करते हैं ना, वो आप करियर चूज करो और मज़े से रहो और उसमें फिर ग्रो करो।
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया सर। थैंक यू वेरी मच फॉर जॉइनिंग अस टुडे ऑन द MIG BizCon। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
थैंक्स, ऑल द बेस्ट, ऑल द
Thank
बेस्ट। थैंक यू।